We have moved to the afternoon, and a very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Getting you ready for the 7th place game. This one will feature the Madison Trojans versus the Mundelein Mustangs. And here are your starters for both of these squads. We'll begin with the Mundelein Mustangs. You will see Tyler Moning, a guard who is a senior. No heights for Mundelein. Brock Pollock, a forward who is a senior. Another sophomore guard is Vinny Rogalowski. Amari Reinhardt is a senior guard, and Chris Martin is a junior forward. For the Madison Trojans, Eric Hurst Jr. will lead his team onto the floor. He is a 6'4" senior. Darion Enlow, a 6'1" sophomore. Erwin Baker Jr., a 6'1" senior. D'Angelo Enlow Jr., a 6'4" senior. And Carlos Wilson, who is a 6'4" junior. Taking a look at the numbers offensively and defensively for these two schools, you have to go down the list a little bit to find both of them. On the offensive side, Mundelein in their 3 games has scored 113 points. That's 37.7 per game, and that's 13th out of the 16 teams. And right behind them at number 14 is Madison with 103 points scored, and that averages out to 34.3 points per game. On the defensive side of things, a little bit better there for Madison. They are number 4. They've only allowed 103 points in this tournament, and that's good for 43.3. And then Mundelein right behind them at number 5 with 113 points scored at 43.7 points allowed per game. So Zach Roseman, these two teams struggling on the offense, but not so much on the defense.
Yeah, that's something that both teams have really taken pride in. Not really, Madison, apart from really the first game of the tournament, have really shot the ball atrociously, to put it very bluntly. And Coach Badgley, there isn't one guy that can really fill it up for Mundelein. I mean, Martin maybe has that potential, but he hasn't realized it so far in this tournament, and so they're going to have to defend if they want to have success, if they want to get this win today.
This is for 7th place. Already had a couple of games under our belts today. Over in the auxiliary gym, 15th place went to Alton after they defeated Wasilla 61-31. And then our first game was the 13th place contest that saw Triad down Edwardsville 46-42. So Triad finishes in 13th, Edwardsville in 14th. Belleville East took care of business in the consolation bracket in the 11th place game. They handed Oakville a 72-45 loss. So Belleville East finishes in 11th place, and finishing in 12th is Oakville. We move forward a little bit to the 7th place game. 9th and 10th place will be decided later this afternoon between Altough and Rockford East, but right now it's the 7th and the 8th place portions up for grabs between Madison and Mundelein.
See PA announcer Jim Sika finishing up and announcing the starting lineup for the Trojans. And we'll be ready for basketball as Lincoln gets settled in and the crowd slowly begins to fill up progressively more and more. Obviously not a huge crowd, making the probably 5.5 almost hour trip from the north suburbs of Chicago down to our little corner of the world, but Madison, not too far of a drive.
Not at all.
Even brought their cheerleaders.
They are the home team. They're dressed in white, trimmed in green, numbers in green, and the word Trojans written across the fronts of their jerseys. Mundelein, they're the road team, in this contest. They are dressed in the black uniforms, red trim down both sides, and the numbers are in red as well. And they have the word Mundelein written across the fronts of their jerseys, and a big three-point shot there right off the back by Darion Enlow. And we're off and running. 3-point lead here for the Trojans early on in this 7th place game.
Believe it or not, that is only the 3rd three-pointer made by the Trojans over the course of the entire tournament. And they're going to get a steal here, it looks like.
Looks like it, yeah. Turnover by Mundelein, and Matt Badgley on the bench. He's got his head in his hand already. Bends his head down, and on his forehead, he rubs that forehead with his fingers. He's like, oh, boy, here we go. He is probably not very happy the way his team turned out in this tournament. Of course, the team that he brought here in 2019 was a lot better than this one.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of talent. Not that this Mundelein team is bad
at
all, but D'Angelo Enlow will get the bucket, but it's different.
So it's Enlow's 5, Mundelein nothing.
Yep.
There are the Mustangs moving it up for their first crack on offense, and they'll get that crack, and that'll be a 2-point bucket by Chris Martin at the other end. That's the key to Mundelein. If they can keep Martin out of foul trouble, he'll be helping them out with some points in the paint.
Yeah, and then if they can get some solid production from their guards. Moning's had a pretty solid tournament, and we'll see Derek Bishop come off the bench in this instance, and he's had some solid performances as well.
2 minutes gone here in this first quarter, and it's 5-0 in favor of Madison. Madison with the ball in the perimeter. They'll kick it back out and do so to Erwin Baker Jr. Into the corner it goes to Enlow. Back out to Baker. And across the way it goes to Carlos Wilson. Wilson outside the perimeter gives it back up for Enlow, and Enlow has the ball picked out of his pocket. And bringing it up is Rogalowski. And they lose control of the ball, and now it's going to go back the other way. And again, look at Badgley down there on the bench. He's got his head down in his hands again. He's using his thumb and his index finger to rub his forehead. He's like, well, man, I can't believe I'm a basketball coach again. No telling what's running through his head, but you can tell he's not happy.
Yeah, well, it's been, Badgley's one of those coaches that, he expects he's one of those coaches that expects a lot out of his team, and if you don't execute, there's going to be some frustration on his part, and that's not.
He's already thinking, man, it's going to be a long 5.5-hour drive back. Come on, guys. Meanwhile, at the other end, Philip Gilbert stands there at the sideline with his hands on his hips. His team has a 5-2 lead, and another whistle on the play as the ball ends up out of bounds one more time.
Yeah, I bet they'll be. I bet Coach Badgley will be happier on that trek back to Mundelein if they can get a win here.
I'm sure he would be. He's up on his feet now, is Coach Badgley, and no longer sitting on the bench with his head in his hand, as Erwin Baker makes it 7-2 in favor of Madison, and the Trojans trying to answer. They bring it back out, and here is Rogalowski. Rogalowski around the way, gets it to Reinhardt. Into the corner it goes, and a ball on the ground, and that's not going to be pleasing to Badgley at all. And a shot missed, and the putback is good off of the hands of Denham Eastling, who came into the game. I didn't even notice when he came into the game.
Yeah, he came in not too long ago, and we'll see Mundelein make a substitution as we'll see
driving the ball up court.
Moyer enter into the game here shortly.
There's Reinhardt over into the wing, and a three-point shot there. That ought to make Coach happy, as Tyler Moning gets on the board for the first time tonight and makes it a 4-point game, 9-5, 4.5 to go here in this opening quarter. Baker with it on the left wing. Back over onto this wing for Denham. Love that name. Denham Eastling. I would have never in a million years thought to name my kid Denham. That's a cool name. That's the first time I've ever seen anybody with that name.
Yeah, I think, it's first for me too. Remember seeing him 2 years ago as a sophomore, as Hurst will
gets over Martin once, but couldn't finish the job. It comes out the other side, and then Hurst does get over Martin, and it's 11-5 Trojans. There is Rogalowski. Reinhardt into the corner now for Moning. Moning in front of the scorer's table, bounces the ball back out to Reinhardt. And Reinhardt looking for Rogalowski, but somebody's leg was in the way. Back over to Moning, back inside to Martin. Moning for three from the corner, yes! 2 in a row from the opposite corners. And it's 11-7, 4-point lead for the Trojans, but Mundelein hanging in there. There is Eastling. Around the horn it goes, and over to Enlow. Darion Enlow, the sophomore, back over to Baker. Into the corner now for Eastling. His pass is knocked out of bounds off of the back of the head of D'Angelo Enlow Jr.
Yep, as we'll see Kevin Moyer enter the game, as Moning will have a little bit of a rest.
Mundelein will work the ball up. Here is Rogolowski again. Comes up over on the left wing. 3 minutes to go here in a very fast-moving first quarter. Into the corner for Martin. Martin into the perimeter and passes it back outside of the perimeter, and around to Reinhardt it goes. Reinhardt trying to feed a pass over to Kevin Moyer, but that's knocked out of bounds by Hurst, and Mundelein will keep it, despite the fact that Philip Gilbert's keep on pointing the other direction, saying, no, it goes that way, that way.
As
he didn't win.
Moaning will quickly re-enter, and Reinhardt will head to the bench.
One of the fastest substitution jobs you'll ever see. Hey, Badgley's smiling and laughing. How about that?
Yeah, looks like
him and the referee are having a good laugh.
About something.
Yeah. Here's Baker. Dribble, picks it up, gives to Eastling. Eastling over to Enlow. Enlow in front of the scorer's table on the right wing. Brings it around top of the key and a slingshot pass over to Baker. Back to Enlow. Into the corner for Eastling. Back out to Enlow. Enlow dribbles, drives, and top of the key. He's being watched over there, and now Moaning will have the job of guarding Baker, and Baker bounces the ball into D'Angelo Enlow, and that ball is handled by the Mustangs. They bring it up. Here is Moaning. 2:10 left to play here in this first quarter, 11-8. Madison with the lead. Into the corner it goes, and no shot being taken there by Moyer, and a turnover instead. And here come the Trojans once again. Out front for Baker. Back over to Enlow. That's Darion. Bounces the ball into D'Angelo, and D'Angelo's shot is a little too short. Rebound hauled down by Brock Pollock, and Pollock will give it up to Moaning. Moaning across the line, 1:35 left to play here in this first quarter. We were a little late in getting this one tipped off, and if the pace keeps up like this one, we will not have any problem getting the next game tipped off on time, that's for sure.
Scheduled for
1:30 start.
1:30 start.
That's the game between Lincoln and Granite City for 5th place.
So with Lincoln game, that one should go pretty quick too.
Should. That's the last game before we get a little bit of a dinner break, or dinner/lunch break. And Martin on the board with 2 points, and it's a 1-point contest now. 1 minute to go here in this first quarter. Here is Baker. Baker looks back at Philip Gilbert and has his sign, and meanwhile, Omari Reinhardt continues to sit in front of the scorer's table. He's relaxed.
I mean, just going to sit there.
Yep. Baker's going to make sure of it.
And, looks like Madison.
No one wants to challenge.
Yeah, it looks like Madison are going to sit there and hold for one, and looks like, well, here we go. Looks like Moore may come out and guard him here in a second.
Badgley's moving his chess pieces around and gets Moyer out there instead of Rogolowski, and meanwhile, Baker still continues to dribble the ball, one hand to the next hand out at midcourt.
Probably going to go
10 seconds left.
10, 12 seconds.
Well, here we are at 12, no movement. Here we are at 10, no movement.
Go.
And now we get movement with 7 seconds left. Here is Baker. Drives in the lane, puts up the shot, but he never gets up there far enough. Now the ball on the ground, and before anybody could do anything with it, it is buzzard out of there, and we will head to the second quarter with a 1-point contest. Mundelein trailing the Trojans of Madison by a score of 11-10, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual. So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Final day, championship day. We're handing out all kinds of placements, and then later on we'll hand out some trophies. Matter of fact, the first trophy to be handed out will come up in the next game at 1:30, the 5th place trophy.
Actually,
no, they don't. They have first, second, third, and fourth.
And
consolation. So, yeah, we have to wait till 4:30 for the first trophy to be handed out. Here come the Trojans. They have a 1-point lead. And with the ball out at the midcourt stripe, that is Kerwin Baker. Baker gets it over to Inlow. Inlow works it up inside, and Hurst couldn't finish. And a rebound battle. That is won by Hurst. They kick it back outside. And with the ball now is Baker. Baker gets it over to Inlow. There's always a Baker and there's always an Inlow on the floor when Madison's playing.
Yep, you'll have one of Darion and D'Angelo, although we have both Inlows on the floor. And
yeah, we did in the earlier quarter too.
Yeah, we've got one Baker. We've got Kerwin in, and Irwin standing down at the bench, but he'll sit down. Rebound
belongs to Mundelein. Their chance to take their first lead of this game. They get it up to Ragalowski. Ragalowski on the wing, bounces it into the baseline for Pollock, and Pollock kicks it back outside, Moaning for three. That one won't fall, and the rebound belongs to D'Angelo Inlow. Trojans bring it back up. Just underway here in this second quarter. 1-point contest thus far. 7th place is on the line. Here is Eastling. Eastling gets it back over to Inlow. Inlow over for Baker. Into the corner, back to Eastling, and back to Baker it goes. He'll shove it over to Inlow. That is Darion. And then a three-point try. Skips across the rim, and Moaning is there for Mundelein to pick up the rebound. Gets it up to Ragalowski, excuse me. Ragalowski, bounce pass back at midcourt to Moaning. Moaning in a little trouble, so he gets rid of it. Back to Ragalowski, and back to Moaning it goes. Moaning comes from the wing to the top of the key, gets stopped there. And back to Ragalowski. Those two just ball handling like crazy. Now they give it to Martin, and Martin will come in and snake 2 points in there. And the Mustangs have their first lead, 12-11. Trojans trying to answer to get that lead right back. Baker outside, Inlow. Inlow.
Yeah, and with Mundelein being in that kind of a 3-2 zone look, they're going to... One thing about the zone, you're going to have Madison run the baseline, try and run a lob play as D'Angelo will get his second bucket of the game.
Gives his team the lead right back, 13-12. Here is Moaning in front of the scorer's table. Picks up his dribble, and now he directs traffic. Better direct it fast. Going to run out of time there, buddy. And he gets it right back from Pollock, who gives over to Ragalowski. Ragalowski dribbles, drives, gives to Moaning. Moaning decided not to take the three, although he probably had enough time. Now in the corner, here comes a three-point try. That skips across the rim off of the hands of Moyer. And now Inlow will pop in from the perimeter, and he'll give his team back a 1-point lead, 14-13.
Coach Badgley was a little frustrated. It's like, what in the world are you doing, Ty? But there's no such thing as a bad shot that goes in. So
if it goes in, it's never a bad shot. That would be my philosophy. And that's a bad turnover, but right after that happened, a whistle on the play. We're going to have a foul called away from the play, and it's going to go against D'Angelo Inlow.
As Irwin Baker will come in for Darion Inlow, and so now we have both Bakers.
Both Bakers and one Inlow instead of two Inlows and one Baker.
And believe it or not, that's the first foul of the game.
It is. That's probably why the first quarter went by so quickly. Not a lot of whistles.
Which is nice.
It is. Mundelein and Moaning gets it back over to Ragalowski for three, and that one won't fall, and a foul. And now that we've opened the seal on the fouls, they'll start coming fast and furious, won't they?
Yep, that'll be on Martin, and Reinhardt will re-enter, and Martin will head to the bench.
Philip Gilbert, I think he was yelling at D'Angelo Inlow Jr. While he was on the way down the court.
Yeah, as
pointing his finger and doing that, and I told you so, and you should have listened to me, and blah, blah, blah.
Kind of interesting is that we have not seen Derek Bishop. There is somebody on the Mundelein bench still in their warm-ups. I'm not sure if that's Bishop or not, as Enlow will get a bucket and the bruise.
Enlow will give his team back a 1-point lead, and Pollock with the foul picks up his first, team's second. 3:49 left to play, and we have our first free throw participant, and it is Enlow, who in the loss to Lincoln. Only free throw participant was Eric Hurst in that game, you know, because Madison only scored 19 points.
Yeah.
Foul, and then told you. Now that we open the seal on the fouls, they're going to start coming fast and furious, and now each team's going to have 2.
They're gonna give that
Oh, no, they're going to, yeah, they are going to give that.
They're going to give that one to Erwin Baker, and we'll see Martin re-enter as Moyer will head to the bench.
3:38 left to play here in this first half. We were moving right along, but a rash of fouls has caused it to stagnate a bit. 3-point shot misses. Trojans come up with it, and Baker with it. He'll come across the line and give it over to the other Baker. Baker to Baker into the corner for Eastling. Eastling back to Baker on the sideline, near side, and over onto the far side, back to Baker. That is Erwin Baker to Eastling. Eastling just outside the lane, gives it up to Hurst. Hurst dribbles and drives, didn't do much dribbling though, and can't finished the shot. Referee almost ran into a couple of kids coming down the sideline there on his way back down.
Yeah, it's gotta be careful.
Yeah, you do. Out to Pollock, and then out to Moaning, and into the corner for Reinhardt, excuse me. Throat's still hanging in there, but every once in a while I got to give it a little clear. 3 days of basketball, 8 games per day, 7 games today, so I feel fortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, be thankful we didn't have to do the I didn't do the Wasilla Triad game and have the championship game at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. I'm very thankful for that.
Ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Trojan basketball as Moyer will re-enter.
After the championship game, I'll be ready.
As well as Cade McLaughlin.
I'll be ready for a cold, frosty adult beverage. 2:25 left to play here in this first half. 16-14, Trojans with the lead. Mundelein has had a couple of 1-point leads, but the Trojans have led for the most part. Bringing the ball up court, Erwin Baker Jr. Baker across the line. Into the corner, in low for 3, and he drains it. 19-14. 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Here comes Pollock. Pollock picks up his dribble on the left wing and gives it back to Moyer, and a timeout on the floor as Coach Badgley wants to get out the dry erase board and go over a couple of things with his team. It is a full timeout, so we will step aside for that long as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Back here in the friendly confines of Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. It even says that on the floor. Well, it says Virgil Fletcher Gym on the floor, just to be perfectly honest about it.
Yeah.
32 years he coached here, Virgil Fletcher did. Still holds the record for most wins as a K-Hawk coach, and he probably will until the end of time.
Barring, Coach Lee Coach Lee had been at Collinsville his entire career, then maybe.
Yeah, maybe we're talking to be a different story, but
he's been.
Yeah, he's approaching 700 wins in his career. Coach Lee is, and he's also approaching 1,000 games coached. I think both of those will probably happen next year. There's an outside chance that he could get to 700 wins this year.
Be still a decent ways out, and this is a solid Collinsville team, but I don't know that they're going to get another 28 wins this year.
Yeah.
Or however many there is.
I've got all that information written down at home. I didn't bring that with me because I didn't think it was important during this tournament. When I come back to action in January, I will be sure to have all that information updated.
As the foul will be on Kerwin Baker, and Coach Gilbert talking to the referee about something.
They initially did have the Collinsville-Cahokia game on the schedule for next Tuesday, but I switched that out for the senior night for the hockey team. I always try to cover the teams when it's their senior night so we can cover every festivity they have for the folks that can't make it. So it's a non-conference game, so I don't mind taking it off the schedule, but we'll be back at it in a conference game a week from this Friday against Edwardsville. The girls play a home game against Edwardsville on that Thursday, and then the boys are at Edwardsville or something like that. I might have got that backwards.
I don't have the I don't know the schedule memorized.
It might be that the girls are at Edwardsville on Thursday and the boys are at home here against the Tigers on that Friday.
Yeah.
At any rate, it's back-to-back games against Edwardsville, and I'll have both of them for you.
Well, that's should be one that the guys should be able to win, but
yeah, the girls, that's a tough call. That's a tough ask, man.
Yeah, I don't know that this is. I haven't paid a ton of attention to Edwardsville girls basketball. I do know that they have lost a couple of games, and so.
But they are always good.
Yeah, I mean, but they're always good. I mean, they've won Actually, no, they didn't win. Didn't O'Fallon win conference last year?
I'm not sure. I didn't really pay much attention to the COVID-shortened spring season.
Yeah, I mean, but they've lost
kind of lost its luster, if you ask me, after no playoffs and none of that stuff was allowed. So
yeah, I don't know. It's been. I mean,
this is deja vu all over again, isn't it?
Yeah, haven't we done this before?
We've been here before.
I think, yeah.
Baker at the mid-court stripe, just bouncing the ball, alternating hands, and this time he flings it across the way with 25 seconds left. Last time he kept it until about 7 seconds left. He'll get it back.
Yeah.
He'll point.
Now they're going to rearrange.
Coming up on 10 seconds to play, and here come the Trojans to make their move. Coach Phillips says go. Here's Baker, kicks it into the corner. Three-point shot, that one misses, and the rebound belongs to Reinhardt, and that will not. That was a stuff job at the half-court stripe.
Blocked the half-court shot, and Baker's a little slow to get up, but looks like he's all right.
19-14 after one half of play, so a 8-4 second quarter there with Madison outscoring Mundelein 8-4 in quarter number 2. Quarter number 3 will come your way here in just a little bit, but first we have to pay some bills and we have some commercials coming up for you. So sit back and relax, and we'll pass along all the stats for you after we come back from a timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his K-Hawk Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
And once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Halftime, 19-14, Madison up over the Mundelein Mustangs. And here is a look at your first half stats. Leading scorer in this game is Tyler Moaning. He has 8 points, and Chris Martin has 6 points. That's all the scoring for Mundelein. And we go to the other side, and D'Angelo Inlow Jr. has 7 points. Darion Inlow has 6 points, and then 2 points apiece for Denham Eastling and Erwin Baker and Eric Hurst Jr. From the lines, Mundelein 2 of 7 from the three-point stripe, while Madison is 2 of 5. Mundelein 0 for 2 from the free throw line, 1 for 1 for Madison from the same line. Rebounds are dead even at 9 apiece, and the turnovers 6 by Mundelein and 3 by Madison. 11-10 was our score after 1 quarter of play. Madison had a 1-point lead. a very low-scoring second quarter, 8-4, and the lead extended on that 8-4 performance by Madison out to the current 5-point lead. And now you know what we know. And we'll be back to fill in the rest of the blanks for you after a timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville K-Hawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville K-Hawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a K-Hawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, and the third quarter about ready to get underway. Big thank you once again to Juan Gardner, the principal from Madison High School and the alumni, 1978 graduate. He's watching from Chicago. Hope you're nice and warm up there, Mr. Gardner. It's cold here. Cold, cloudy, gray, nasty. But we're inside. Nice warm confines of Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 7th place on the line here between Madison and Mundelein. Madison, they have the lead and they have the ball. Here is Baker. Gets the ball up to Inlow. As the third quarter has started, over to Eastling. Now Inlow for three, and he'll miss that one on the wide side of the net, or the rim. And the Mustangs will have first crack at putting some more points on the board as they trail by 5. Here is Rogalowski. He'll throw it over onto the wing for Moaning. Inside for Pollock, trying to find Martin. Bounces back to Pollock. He got lucky there. And a bounce ball back to Pollock. Pollock looking for Martin inside the perimeter, gets it to him, gives back to Pollock, and Pollock lost the ball, and then he tried to save it. He did for a moment, and then it's off the hands of Reinhardt and out of bounds. So, excuse me, 2 turnovers to start off this third quarter by both teams.
Yeah, that was something we saw a fair bit of in the first half. Not too much, though, so let's hope that we don't see a ton of those.
Here's Baker.
Because, well, nobody likes turnovers.
No one likes turnovers except for the team that's not turning the ball over. Here is Eastling for 3. That one skips across the rim, and the rebound belongs to Pollock. He throws it into Hurst, and Hurst steps out of bounds with it. So Pollock will inbound. He'll do so to Rogolowski. Vinny Rogolowski brings the ball up. Has it in front of the scorer's table. And then he picks up his dribble, bounce pass to the free throw line for Martin, into the corner for Reinhardt. Back out front for Rogolowski. Over onto the wing for Pollock. Now Pollock, one bounce back to Rogolowski at midcourt on a rainbow pass. And then a one-arm pass over to Pollock into the corner for Moaning. You know, he was just waiting over there to be given that ball for a chance at a three-pointer, but Hurst was there.
And we'll have a foul away from the play.
Yeah, we will.
On
This
Baker.
one's going to go against Baker, and Baker's like, what?
Yeah, he thought that they were going to get Martin for offensive foul as that's the – wait a minute. They gave it to Baker. And
They did.
But it's
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, they gave it to Baker, but
Madison's getting ready to take the ball out. 40,
Oh, no,
30?
no, 40. They're going to give it to Martin.
Okay.
They're going to take the foul away, give it to Martin.
Yeah, okay. So instead of 4, it was 40. I only saw him put up the one hand.
Yeah, it's a 4, and okay, yeah.
Because usually it's a 4 fingers and then the fist for the 0, and he never put up the fist.
Yeah, okay. And like, okay, he's like, okay.
That's why Baker was like, what?
What did I do?
I didn't do anything. So far, no points scored here in the openings of this third quarter, and we're over 2 minutes into it. 19-14 remains our score. 5-point lead remains intact for Madison. Over to Rogolowski, and he'll bounce it into Martin. Martin inside the perimeter, and a whistle on the play. And now a foul that's going to come up. Are we sure it's against 5 and not 55 or 0-5 or anything like that? Okay.
Denlow, as Moyer will head in, and Moaning will head to the bench.
Badgley still conversing with the referee over here on the far sideline. And the inbound pass comes out to Reinhardt. Reinhardt bounces the ball in front of his coach, who's still talking with the referee. The conversations never end on the sidelines.
No, they never, no.
There's Pollock, and that pass was meant for Martin, knocked back out, but Rogolowski comes up with it, and a bounce pass over to Reinhardt. Reinhardt on the wing. Back over to the other side now for Rogolowski. He'll take it to the top of the key and give it back in, and back to the perimeter inside shooting for Martin, and another whistle, and the same referee has been calling like 3 fouls in a row. This one is going to go against Baker.
And now he will pick up his second foul.
Yeah, he didn't holler about that one, so I guess he was all right with that call. Not all right with it, but he understood that he wasn't going to be able to change it. And with 5:10 left to go, we're still looking for our first score here in this third quarter. Comes out to the midcourt logo, belonging to the Collinsville K-Hawks. Rogolowski to Martin. Martin at the free throw line makes his move, and we have our first points. It came 3 minutes and 4 seconds into this third quarter, but the Mustangs have gotten themselves back to within 3. Over on the wing, here is Baker. Kicks it out to Inlow. Inlow on the left wing. A steal in the paint. Back the other way we go. Rogolowski headmans it all the way up to Reinhardt, but he couldn't handle it. 2 hands, Badgley says. 2 hands.
I mean, there's nobody around.
I'm having a blast just watching him.
Yeah.
Every time something happens, I look over at him just to find out what he's doing. And he's up there, 2 hands. Look at him over there kicking his feet on the ground. That is funny stuff, man. That is real good stuff. I like it.
That's Coach. That's Coach Badgley, you know.
Badgley, the animated coach from Mundelein High School, onto the wing for Inlow.
Former athletic director at Collinsville.
Yeah, Darian Inlow.
Part of the reason Mundelein got into this tournament.
Yeah. Came in just in time to lose the championship game.
Yep.
There's a 3-point shot. That's too short, and the rebound is handled by Pollock. Pollock gives the ball up to Rogolowski. Rogolowski moves the ball up court and settles in front of the scorer's table, in front of his coach. Bounce pass to Martin. Martin just outside the lane, and they knock it around to Pollock, and Pollock back over to Rogolowski. Rogolowski over to Moyer. Moyer. Back to Rogolowski. He'll try a three-point shot. That one's in there, and we are tied. 19-19, 3:20 left to play here in this third quarter. Trojans will try to answer.
I'll be patient.
Mr. Gardner says they had a couple inches of snow in Chicago. Well, that's not surprising. It is December in Chicago, man. I'm telling you what, I've been up there a few times in the middle of summer, and I'm amazed that I need to pack long sleeve shirts in July. Miss on the bucket, and we bring it back up here into the corner for Reinhardt. Reinhardt for Mundelein. 19-19 game. Madison still looking for their first points here in this quarter. A foul on the play. This one's going to go against Darion Inlow.
That's the fourth team foul? No, third. Nice and quick.
Chris Keller doesn't mess around on the scoreboard, man.
No. He wears many hats as a scoreboard operator as Martin travels. Help out with...
Yeah, he knows there's a foul coming up against that team, and he'll put that on there before he puts in the player's number, so he's quick like that.
Yep, helps out with basketball. Yep, home basketball. He'll do softball in the springtime. He'll do soccer.
Soccer, football. Yep. Madison is on the board. Inlow Jr. gets them on the board for the first time, almost 6 minutes into this third quarter. Madison gets their first points, and they have their lead back, 21-19. Into the corner it goes to Pollock. Pollock moves out of the corner, trying to get around Eastling, and an over-the-head pass back to Rogolowski at midcourt will do that. And on the near side sideline, Rogolowski bounces one into Martin. Hop, skip, and a jump, and he lost the ball. Had it knocked out of his hands by Baker, they say. So, and Martin wanted a foul call. He said Baker slapped him in the wrist.
Looked like it honestly looked to me like Martin just lost the ball cleanly, but
he did.
Gonna I guess argue that it went off of Baker as Martin will just back Inlow down and fail to get the bucket.
Baker's there with the rebound for the Trojans. They want to add to their lead. They just scored their first points in this quarter about 30 seconds ago. Here is a dribble drive, and they'll kick it back out, but kick it out to the wrong person. Comes to Moyer, and Moyer gives it up to Rogolowski. Rogolowski had a little trouble at the midcourt stripe, but stayed with it. 1:25 left in this third quarter. Into the corner it goes to Moyer. Moyer, one dribble, picks it up, gives to Martin. Martin into the paint and takes the shot. That's off balance because he was probably hit, but no call. And the rebound belongs to the Madison Trojans. They bring it up. Here is Baker with a nice little move and kicks it into the corner for Eastling for three, and it skips across the rim. Into the hands of Rogolowski. For a big guy, Erwin Baker Jr. got down to court quick. Mundelein calls a timeout.
It'll be a full timeout.
And a full timeout it is. So a full timeout we will go ahead and take, and we'll be back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports
Looking
Network.
for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for K-Hawk fans, before, after, or even during K-Hawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus, they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows K-Hawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, K-Hawk fans' pub of choice.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Collinsville High School is where we're located. And it is a gray, cloudy, I guess you would say it's just a crappy day outside, right?
It's something more typical.
Yeah, it
For
is.
December.
That's true because we have been spoiled here recently, and
Yeah, it is.
that's why my nose is throwing fits, man. We got a 70-degree day followed by a 40-degree day, followed by a 68-degree day, followed by a 50-degree day. Then we'll drop down into the 30s again. It's been crazy.
It's supposed to be like 20 later this week.
We got it's 40 degrees right now. Feels like 34. And we have a little precipitation moving into the area, and just to the northwest, looks like we got a little bit of a mix going on there. So a little moisture in the area in December as we close out 2021, and once again,
And now Coach Gilbert will take a timeout.
with 21 seconds left while Baker was standing at the midcourt stripe, just bouncing the ball away, trying to waste some time.
Full
A timeout on the floor, and it is a full timeout, so we'll step aside for that long as well. Back in a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive.
Madison has only scored 2 points in this quarter, and we only have 10 seconds left in it. They're trying to remedy that situation right now at the top of the key. And back over to Baker it goes, and he'll launch a three-pointer. It's a little bit short, and that's going to do it. Quarter number 3 in the books. Madison only managed to score 2 points in that quarter. We'll take a timeout, and we'll come back and tell you all about the fourth quarter in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com.
A very scintillating third quarter saw Mundelein outscore Madison 5-2. Zach Roseman said that's a hockey score.
Well, I mean, it is.
5-2, man. That was all the points scored in that third quarter. That's almost unheard of in the game of basketball. We're underway in the fourth quarter, though. We'll see if that changes. Here is Pollock with the ball. Mundelein right in front of their bench. And give it up to Rogalowski. Rogalowski over to Moyer. Moyer on the wing to Martin. Just barely in the perimeter, and a ball on the ground. Reinhardt couldn't handle it, and a turnover battle is won by Madison. They bring it up. Trojans are up by just 2 points. That's what other thing is hard to believe. They were up by 5 and still have a lead after only scoring 2 points. Because they only gave up 5 points.
Yeah.
Still having a little bit of a hard time controlling the ball on both ends of the court.
Yeah, I mean, kind of mentioned, is this good defense or bad offense? And I'll say in this particular instance, it's more good defense, although in some of the other games, it's definitely been more bad offense.
Yeah. We haven't had a lot of missed shots, so yeah, I guess it's good defense. Here is Rogolowski. Bounces the ball over to Moyer, who bounces it to Martin. Martin, in turn, gives it back to Moyer. And Moyer comes all the way out to midcourt, gives it up to Rogolowski, back to Moyer, open for three from the wing, and he just missed. Falls a little bit short and out of bounds. It's going to head the other way. Trojans with it.
We'll see Ty Moaning enter as Reinhardt will head to the bench.
And the inbound pass from Enlow to Baker. Baker across the timeline quickly. 6:35 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 7th place on the line. And a shot from the corner for three, and that one's drained. Nicely done there by Kerwin Baker. Widens that lead back to 5, which is what it was at halftime for Madison. Into the corner for Moaning. Out front now for Rogolowski, over to Moyer. Moyer works it up to Martin, just outside the lane. Gives it up to Rogolowski. His three-point shot is stuffed right back in his face by Enlow. And it ends up into the hands of Pollock, who has a football-style pass across the court. Now back to Moyer on the wing.
Looks like he maybe could be the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that was a nice little strong throw. And Martin goes up for a shot, but he's fouled, and that one's going to go against Baker. That'll be his third.
Only the 5th foul called, but that is 3 on Erwin Baker, and so he'll maybe have to be careful.
To the free throw line, Chris Martin misses the first one. Trojans brought their cheerleaders. They're down there cheering everybody on, or well, cheering their team on anyway. I don't know about everyone, but they're doing a fine job. I feel cheerful already. Here's Baker. Wow, that was a big pass all the way up the line. Bounce pass into the paint. Hurst nowhere to move, so he kicks it back outside. Well, if he would have just taken one step back, he might have had a baseline shot. That three-point shot short. Pollock is there with the rebound. He'll throw it up into the hands of Rogolowski. And Vinny will bring it up into the corner for Moaning, and that's what we were missing while he was sitting on the bench. No three-point shots from the corner, but he misses that one. Hurst comes away with it, and off the glass, good for 2. And he'll try to turn that one into 3, as we have the one of the largest leads of the night here in this game, or the afternoon. 7 points, trying to turn it into 8 is Hurst, after the foul was called against Rogolowski. Eric Hurst Jr. misses his one and only shot. Pollock is there with the rebound.
Yeah, he's struggled, as really all of Madison has, but he's been the one that's been on the free throw line the most, so
yeah,
he's been the one missing the most.
There is Rogolowski, and he throws the ball at the leg of one of the Trojan players. I think they said it was a kick ball, but
yeah, that one a little more apparent as compared to some of the other ones that have been called. It's a quick pass in.
And a foul by number 5, D'Angelo Enlow Jr., and that will send Kevin Moyer to the line. Mundelein.
That's Mundelein up in Lake County, I think.
Short on that try by Moyer.
Reinhardt will re-enter as Moaning will head to the bench.
And another shot from Moyer on the way. He makes the second one. And it's a 6-point game, 26-20. Mundelein just now getting to 20 points with 5 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter.
That's their first point of the quarter, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Here is Enlow. Well, almost broke the ankles there of Moyer. And now Enlow dumps it off, and a little 6-foot shot. Enlow Jr. makes it 28-20. There is Rogolowski. Rogolowski over onto the wing, and that's Reinhardt. Reinhardt bounces it to Martin. Martin at the free throw line. Hop, skip, and a jump into the paint. No good. And he swats the rebound right into the hands of Kerwin Baker. And now it's the other Baker that brings it up across the line to Enlow. Enlow on the near side sideline. And another
shot up and good.
Enlow
for Darion Enlow.
4 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. 30-20. It's a 10-point lead. Timeout called by Coach Badgley and his Mundelein Mustangs. It is a full timeout, so we will take all that time off the clock as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 3:57 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 10-point contest. 7th place on the line. One of these teams wants 7th place, and one of these teams does not want to finish in 8th. It's just the nature of sports. You don't want to do that. Here is Moyer. Moyer gives it up now for Reinhardt. Reinhardt back to Moyer at the top of the key. Over to Rogalowski. Luckily, Enlow didn't get called for a foul there. Looks like he went to punch that ball out and might have got a little bit of a body contact. And we're going to remember, he's just a sophomore. Number 2 for Madison, Darion Enlow, 6'1" sophomore, and he's having a pretty good game, and that one finally falls in for Martin.
He's having a solid game, too. He's got 10 points.
30-22 in favor of the Trojans of Madison High School. And a whistle. Timeout called by Coach Gilbert this time. And Gilbert took a 30-second timeout. So we'll step aside for that long. Back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
.306. That's what we have left to play here in this fourth quarter of this 7th place game. And off the glass, another couple of points there for D'Angelo Enlow Jr., and he now has 13. 32-22, back to a 10-point lead for the Trojans. Into the corner it goes. And to Martin in the perimeter. Back outside for Rogalowski. Rogalowski dribbles and lost the ball. On the ground, Martin has it. And travel.
All right.
I was waiting. I was looking. Both the referees were getting ready to do up hand signals. One might have do jump ball. The other one did a travel.
I don't know. Badgley may have tried to call a timeout.
I thought that was going to come. I really did, but it never did. So now it will.
There it is.
Now it will.
He'll take a 30.
Another 30-second timeout coming up, and we'll find a 30-second commercial to play, and we'll be back after said 30-second commercial, and we'll do that here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Back up. 2:29 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Out to midcourt it goes to Baker, and now into the corner it goes, and the other Baker will bring it back out. And a bounce pass inside to Inlow, and the other Inlow gets it up under the Hurst, and Hurst off the glass for two. Do we have both Bakers and both Inlows out there now?
If we have 1, 2, 4, and 24, then yes.
Yeah, we do.
Or, excuse me, 2, 5, 4, and 24. One
Yeah.
is Hurst.
Yeah. So we have two Bakers, two Inlows, and a Hurst. How about that?
Sounds like a law firm.
Yeah.
Double dribble.
Something like that. Baker, candlestick maker. 1:54 left to play. It is a 14-point advantage for Madison now, and Mundelein is running out of time if they want to get out of here with a 7th place finish instead of an 8th place finish. It's not looking in their favor. Here is Moyer, and across the way it goes to Rogolowski. He saves it before it goes out of bounds, and he bounces it into the corner for Reinhardt. Reinhardt lost the ball, but Martin found it, and Martin's found it fouled by Baker, and that'll be his fourth. Fourth foul handed out to Erwin Baker Jr., the 6'1 senior.
Number 4 for Madison.
Number 4 picks up number 4.
That is the 6th team foul for the Trojans, so any additional will have the Mustangs shooting 1 and 1.
And here's a floater by Rogolowski that missed the rim but got the backboard. Head pass up to Hurst. Hurst cuts in, and it's going to be a foul called on Rogolowski.
That'll be his second.
And now it's 1 and 1 time.
Now he'll just shoot 2. That's only the 3rd team foul for.
Oh, never mind. I was looking at the wrong side of the board.
Yeah, that's only.
All right, so Hurst at the free throw line.
As
I just happen to be looking up at the wrong side of the board.
See Coach Badgley empty his bench.
Yeah, he's going to get some underclassmen a little bit of playing time here before they head back to Chicago, and
we'll see.
They won't play again until January as well.
See Koenigsnecht, Zoo, Gannon, McLaughlin, and Willoughby come in, as the starters will sit down and get a smattering of applause. As
smattering. You know what that was? Yeah, I guess that's a good use of the word smattering, and now the Trojans will do the same thing. They'll empty their bench out.
See
at the free throw line, Hurst. 88 seconds left to go in this game.
We'll see. I see Anthony Silas and Ernest Davenport and DeByron Boyd and Jamarion Skinner and Cameron Trammell and who is that? Number 15. That's Jaylene Williams. That's pretty much everybody now.
Almost.
As,
throw in the kitchen sink and we're covered.
Yep, and Davenport will head back to the bench.
So Mundelein will bring the ball up, trailing by 12 with 1:25 left, and the reserves are in for both teams, and it is a sinker there off of the hands of Emmanuel Willoughby. Now bringing the ball up is DeByron Boyd. Boyd almost lost control of the ball, and now he has it on the wing, and he's still trying to lose control of it, and then he does. Tried a little one-arm shovel pass over to Jamarion Skinner, but Skinner had already left his position, and that ball went straight out of bounds.
Here's Gannon.
Final minute to go here in this 7th place game. 3-point shot falls a little bit short, and Boyd comes down with the rebound for the Trojans.
To Trammell, and we'll have a foul on McLaughlin, most likely.
33 black, they say, and that is Cade McLaughlin.
That's his first. Fourth team foul for the Mustangs.
Next game coming your way, scheduled to tip off at 1:30. That'll be about 5 minutes late as well. And that is the 5th place game between Lincoln and Granite City. That should be a fun game to watch, too. It's always fun to watch Lincoln no matter who they're playing.
Yep. Let's see.
But Granite City ought to give that, that team a little bit more fits than some of these other teams maybe have.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
37 seconds left to go in this one.
They have a foul on. They're going to give that to Trammell.
Cameron Trammell, 5'10 junior. And at the free throw line, it is Emmanuel Willoughby, a junior for the Mundelein Mustangs, and he falls a little short on that free throw try.
Nice to see, some of the JV players get some action. Always helps to get some reps. Playing in a, relatively unfamiliar stage. Although Madison will come back. They do play Collins. Yeah, Collins will play Madison later on in the year, don't they?
I believe they do. High off the glass shot, no good. Boyd gets the rebound, puts it back up, and that one falls in for him. 38-25. Trojans continue to lead by 13 now. Into the corner it goes, and a three-point shot that tickles the bottom of the net off of the hands of McLaughlin, and ball ends up out of bounds with 13.6 seconds to go. So Madison will capture 7th place here in this tournament.
There's a three-pointer by Willoughby.
And here comes Boyd up the court with just 5 seconds left. He will skirt across the way, and at the buzzer, a three-point shot that misses the mark. Final score 38-28. Madison wins the game and 7th place, and Mundelein will finish in 8th place. The battle for 5th and 6th place will be coming up between Lincoln and Granite City, and that'll be coming your way after a timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.